introduce yourself, who you are and what you've been doing today?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I'm John Yorke, and I've come up from London to give a lecture about screenwriting and the principles of structure.
Great, and obviously you've done a lot, but what are you most proud of? Yeah, hard question.
Oh God. That's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, I've worked on some shows that have been really big, and that's been really nice. But there's some things that the people don't really know about that I'm really fond of. There's a show I did, which is still running on BBC Daytime, called Father Brown, which it's on its 10th series, and there's something about that even though it's not a big kind of show that everybody talks about like Game of Thrones or whatever, it's a kind of beautiful simplicity to it which I've always loved. And so every time I see it, I kind of go, oh, it's so brilliant, it's so lovely. And it's still going. I mean, I haven't had anything to do with it since it starts second year. But that kind of, in terms of like a perfectly engineered show that can run forever, that's the best example of anything I've done.
Oh, cool. And what would you say? Why would you say that films and storytelling is so important, like now, like with like the COVID and pandemic and stuff?
Oh God, it's just methods of connection. You want to connect with other people. The stories are the way we understand how other people are feeling. So they're more important than ever in some ways, particularly when we're cut off and we're talking through screens all the time. I mean, it's worth saying also that stories are profoundly dangerous as well. The stories are incredibly powerful tools that in the wrong hands can create all kinds of crises and all kinds of terrible political upheavals. So one has to be as wary of them as one must love them. But no, it's just, a good story is just the best thing in the world.
Definitely. My last question is, what advice would you give students who want to go into screenwriting?
Just write all the time. It's like, it's a cliche, but it's true. It's a musical instrument. So, you play your scales every day. You write. It's really hard. So you have to, write for 5 years before you get anywhere, unless you're very lucky. But also you need to be resilient. So you need to deal with almost constant rejection. 98% of the conversations you have will be people saying no to you, and you need to learn to manage that without getting upset and triumph over it, which is easier said than done.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time today.